Calvin Watkins here with Joe Hoyt here from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And we got a tie, Joe. It's 40-40, Cowboys and the Packers. Who thought that this game was going to finish in a tie?
Not me, especially because it was doing the same exact script as the previous game here when they won in overtime, 40-37. It was even 37-37 going into overtime. I thought Brandon Aubrey, they played White Horse, his walk-up song. I was like, here you go. It's gonna end on that. And no, it couldn't end on that. But there was a little bit of drama there at the end. I mean, they call a game of inches. Calvin, this was a game of seconds.
Yes. There was a last-second heave by Packers quarterback Jordan Love to Matthew Golden in the back of the end zone. Jack Sanborn is playing defense like this. The ball hits him on his backside. It falls incomplete. Sanborn's like, oh, my gosh. Well, duh, if you're paying attention, you might have had an interception, and Cowboys might have won this ball game.
Yeah, but they didn't, and now they're 1-2-1? Yes, how weird does that sound?
1-2-1.
Yeah, 1-2-1.
Yeah,
that is extremely weird, but I think it's also very telling about where we are with the Dallas Cowboys right now, and we've kind of talked about this. Who is this team? Even Dak was like, who is this team? And, hey, they're competitive, they fight, they can score. I mean, offensively, I think that's probably the best thing about them. And you look at, even without CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Tolbert stepped up. Obviously, George Pickens stepped up. Second most receiving yards he's ever had in a game in his career, 134 tonight.
Amazing.
Jake Ferguson finally got back in the end zone. The offense is good.
Yes. Oh, please, don't forget my boy, Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams has been fantastic.
Yes, he has. Now, let's talk about the defense. I don't know if you feel like that the changes that they made helped or not, but I think they still have some issues here. We asked Brian Schottenheimer about the benching of Trayvon Diggs. He said he's been nicked up a little bit. He's got a shoulder, he's got a knee, he's got a hammy, and he said Diggs has got to play a little more consistent. But there was some other benchings.
Yeah, there was a couple other benchings.
Your boy Sam Williams?
Sam Williams is kind of now back in the rotation. The guy that's kind of been elevated is James Houston all of a sudden. I mean,
finally.
I mean, if you look at the end of that game, their pass rushers are James Houston, Dante Fowler. Jadeveon Clowney got a little bit more run than I thought he. And I thought Jadeveon Clowney, it looked a little raw, to be honest with you, like a guy that maybe hasn't had the refinement of training camp, but I thought he was flying around at the very least, so there was some speed there. I think defensively right now, though, in terms of did the simplicity work, I'm not positive. I asked Trayvon Diggs that. He's like, yeah, I think there is a little bit of progress. And I'll say this, they had a lot more third downs and longs, but here's the problem, Calvin. They allowed a lot of conversions on third down and fourth down. At one point, I think they finished, 11 of 13 on third down. And then even that one of the last ones they got, they still converted on fourth down. I think that last play on that last drive, that one Matthew Golden wide open, catch that really kept them going and ultimately ended up helping them tie this game, which is so weird to say. You can't have Matthew Golden running wide open over the middle of the field.
No, you can't. The Packers were 10 of 14 on third down conversions in this ball game. One of the issues late in the game, there seemed to be some communication issues. Trayvon Diggs was trying to call a signal there.
I asked him about
on
this,
that play.
Yeah.
And then after the completion, he's yelling and screaming. It's like, dude, can y'all get your act together here?
I asked him, apparently they're running cover two, and one thing he was telling guys in the middle was, guys, that inside receiver is going to run just a vertical right up the seam. Take it. He was trying to communicate to them. That's what he said. It obviously kind of wasn't heard correctly. Matthew Golden runs pretty wide open. I know Kenneth Murray was playing hurt too at the end of the game.
Yes, he got hurt late.
He got hurt late. Schottenheimer said he was limping around when he wasn't running. So he talked about the grit with that. But right now they're a defense that is costing them games, frankly. I mean, this is a team that has now scored 40 points twice, and you're 1-0-1 in those games.
The next two games are the New York Jets and the Carolina Panthers on the road. The Jets will play the Dolphins on Monday night. Should we be concerned, regardless of how that Jets game is, because the Jets have been competitive in the first month of the season, should we be concerned about the Cowboys going to the Meadowlands to take on the Jets?
100%, and I'm not even talking just about the field there at MetLife, not the Meadowlands. You're showing your age here a little bit, saying Meadowlands.
We used to call it the Swamp.
Well, now it's MetLife, where leg injuries happen often, so I think that's one thing.
The neighbors tore his ACL apparently in that game.
Yeah, literally today.
But the league says there's no difference between the grass and the turf, but that's another video for another day.
That's another video for another day. I think there should be some concern just because of the defense. There's not enough stuff that's being shown right now to give hope that it's going to change, frankly. One of Brian Schottenheimer's favorite things is consistency, right? Well, right now, the Matt Eberflus defense is consistently allowing guys to get open. Third down is consistently something that is pretty easy to convert on. I mean, that's the other thing, too, is it's not like I don't think Jordan Love was making some of these incredible plays on third down to convert them where you just kind of tip your cap and say, great job. these are guys still running pretty open consistently. Until that changes, I have a hard time believing that this defense is going to keep them in games. Right now, this is an offensive monster, as the word that Dak Prescott said, the way that they're playing. Javonte Williams looks fantastic. We already named all these guys, but if you score 40 points and can't win, how many games are you going to win?
Miles Sanders was injured in this game, hurt his ankle. Those of you who love Jaden Blue, maybe you'll see him next week against the Jets, because Sanders is not returning this game. A little concerned about Malik Hooker, who hurt his, I don't know if it was his big toe, little toe, or middle toe, whatever. It was a toe. I didn't see him in the locker room because I was stuck with Shoddy.
I didn't see him in the locker room, and I was in the locker room.
So maybe he got an MRI. So there are some issues on the defense. Tyler Guyton got a concussion in that game. He's going to be in the concussion protocol, so we're not sure if he'll be in New York. But the offensive line did a very nice job against Micah Parsons.
Against Micah Parsons, former Dallas Cowboy Micah Parsons, who had some choice words for Dak Prescott after the game. You know what he told him?
No.
He said, hey, I only got you for 1 sack for 0 yards, which is kind of like a tie in itself a little bit. And he said, hey, you got lucky. He's like, go watch on film and you'll see that you got lucky. That's one thing that Micah Parsons told Dak Prescott. And he also told him, I'll see you again soon.
No, he won't. For Joe Hoyt, I'm Calvin Watkins for the Dallas Morning News.